With this session update, I'm Shannon Lurkey. Members of the Senate Local Government Committee grappled with a bill that would nullify the rent control initiatives approved by voters in Minneapolis and St. Paul last November. Here are some highlights.
Senate File 3414 members prohibits the local government from enacting rent control policies on private residential properties. This bill is retroactive to November 1st of 2021, which would have the effect of nullifying the votes in St. Paul and Minneapolis to enact or pursue rent control.
Rent control is not the answer to our housing challenges. We need more housing and more types of housing to meet demand, not policies like rent control that adversely affect property owners and reduce the quality and quantity of housing.
This policy has taken Minnesota off the national map for housing investment. This lack of investment when the population of St. Paul is growing faster than new housing availability is problematic and will worsen the housing crisis in our state.
Predatory practice is common. The only way to stop such practices in the future is this 3% cap. I live on Marshall Avenue between Cretin and Cleveland, and within these 2 blocks, there are currently 4 apartment complexes going up. It is clear that development will continue in St. Paul and that landlords are crying wolf trying to derail this important ordinance.
I grew up in St. Paul. My family has faced displacement multiple times due to rent hikes. I believe in the power of voting, whether yes or no. In November of 2021, over 30,000 residents voted yes for the rent stabilization in the city of St. Paul. Every single precinct in my neighborhood voted in for rent stabilization. Our votes matter and should be respected, not undermined.
I think a situation where both sides have issues and concerns, none of which should overturn the results of an election.
The compelling testimony on the part of the folks who are opposed to this. There's compelling testimony on the folks that are in favor of this bill, and I think that we ought to continue this discussion.
The only way we solve this problem is to build more units. So we need all hands on deck to build more units. Rent control, as we heard through testimony, hurts our ability as a state to build more units.
To continue following these issues and more, watch legislative coverage Monday through Friday on the PBS Minnesota channel or visit our website, www.senate.mn/media.